You think that you have to be a certain way, you think you have to be a certain someone, you think you have to experience a certain thing, find a certain state, meet a certain teacher, do a certain thing. Enlightenment is the simple fact of knowing that what you are is inherently unlimited. And what does it mean to be unlimited? To be unlimited is to not have any size, shape, form, or objective measurable quality. I'll give you a simple example. If we have a golf ball is an object. It is limited, and it's limited by its size, its shape, its form, and its color. It's a white golf ball, it's not a black golf ball. It's 2 inches in diameter. It's not 4 inches in diameter. If I have a 4-inch cage, I can contain the 2-inch golf ball. That's something limited, very simple, has limited qualities. A limited quality, something that is measurable. Very simple. The next very simple thing, to be able to notice something that doesn't have a measurable quality. We're all capable of doing that. 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, we're all capable of identifying something with 0 objective qualities. How are we so capable of that? Because we are able to identify something with objective qualities. So by reference to something that has objective qualities, we can identify something with 0 objective qualities. So with that being said, enlightenment is simply recognizing that what we are, whatever the sense of I am is that we feel ourselves to be, to see that that is unlimited. And just to re-emphasize the point, to be unlimited means to be something that has no size, no shape, no form, no color, no measurable, limited, finite quality. Therefore, if we were to recognize, now we're at the stage where we've recognized that, I'm just saying that's what it is, but we're going to go there, give me a second. The consequence of being unlimited is to be infinite, which means infinite, not finite. If something is finite, it is like the golf ball. It has a size, a shape, a form, a color. We can crush it, we can change it, we can manipulate it, we can do stuff with it, we can contain it. It's limited, and other limited things can influence it. So if we were to be something that is unlimited, meaning infinite, infinite, not finite, no finite qualities, what do you think that would do? What do you think would happen if you realize what you are is infinite and unlimited? What you are has no size, shape, form, or dimension. Well, you wouldn't have any issues in the material world. Let's put it that way. You wouldn't be contained by anything in the limited world. You wouldn't be contained by time and space. If you weren't contained by time and space, you would be inherently free from birth, free from death. You'd be free from everything. So enlightenment is to see what you essentially are is infinite. It's very simple. It's a simple observation. Am I limited or am I infinite? If I'm limited, I must be contained by the body, I must be an object, and I must be able to find that object. That object must exist somewhere. So the search for enlightenment could be summarized very simply. I thought I was an object, now I'm not quite sure. I'll try and figure it out, and on the way I will realize I'm infinite. That's basically the search for enlightenment. I thought I was temporally limited and finite. I thought I was born and I could die and I was limited to my environment. But now I have the intuition that might not be true. And then we take that all the way and we realize, oh, what I am doesn't have a size, shape, form, or color, cannot be limited, because what I am is purely infinite. And that infinite substance that we are is simply awareness. That's it. So the first step is to recognize awareness. In other words, recognize that all my life I've actually been the one that is aware of my experience and not the things I experience. Very simple. Realize I was awareness all along and not the things I experience. Step 1. Step 2. I need to figure out whether that awareness is contained by the body, like science has told me, even though they have no evidence or proof, or if I'm actually containing the body in the same way that when I dream at night, I contain my dream. That's not to say this world wouldn't be a real world, but we're using this metaphorically here. So basically, you know, the experience that you're having right now, where you know that you're alive, you know that you exist. Well, the place you get that existence from is from awareness. It's awareness that exists. It's awareness that you get your aliveness from, the sense of being alive. You're not dead at the moment, are you? Of course not. You're alive. If you were dead, you wouldn't be able to answer my question. So you are alive, and the aliveness we think comes from the body. We think that man and woman come together and a stork comes through and drops you off as a baby. No, of course not. You don't come from anything. Everything comes from you. And what you are is basically like a field. You know, imagine like the open sky. And imagine the sky was conscious. Like imagine you could make the sky aware. And the sky can kind of contract within itself. And it contracts into what we call a mind. And then in the sky, because it's all aware, it's aware of everything that appears inside it, so it can create things inside itself, like we do. When we go to sleep, we have a dream. What we're doing is we are contracting a portion of our mind into an experience. So we're both everything in the dream, and we are experiencing it. Likewise, what we are on a universal level is a massively universal being that is essentially contracting itself within itself, just like we do when we go to dream at night as a body mind. And we experience the universe. That's what God is. So enlightenment is to recognize that, is to see that. And you can see that right now. That which is aware, step one, we see that I am simply awareness. I'm the aware aspect. I can't be I'm not a finger, I'm not a thumb, I'm not an arm, I'm not a leg. These are all things I experience. I'm not a sensation, I'm not a thought, because if I was a thought, I would come and go. I'm not a feeling, because if I was a feeling, I would come and go. And I never experience coming and going. Notice your experience is continuous. It's continuous spontaneity, a continuous flow of experience. Nothing, you never start or end. You never stop experiencing and start experiencing. You're always experiencing because you're always aware. You are aware all the time, ready for when you experience. You don't just turn off and on, right? When something appears, now I'm aware, now I'm off, now I'm unaware. It's just constant awareness of everything that's appearing. You are that awareness. Now the thing to see is that awareness, can you describe that awareness? Try describe it now in your experience. The only things you would try and say would be, well, most people don't come up with an answer. Most people who have maybe contemplated this for a bit longer, they'd say, it's open, it's empty, it's free, it's peaceful. They'd give some of the words like that. But it's just like trying to describe an elephant, blind men describing an elephant. One man will hold the trunk and say, it's like a weird snake. The other guy will hold the tail. So no, it's more like a worm. And the guy who holds the tusk, he's like, no, it's more like a piece of, I don't even know what you describe that as. And the guy holds the side and he's like, no, it's more like a tree trunk. You see, they're all describing parts of the elephant in their own varying ways, but none of them are really describing the elephant, because to them the elephant is undescribable, and to us what we are is undescribable because it has actually no size, shape, form, color, or dimension. You cannot contain awareness. Awareness isn't like a pen drive. Like if you have a pen drive, I mean a memory stick, right? Pen drive, kids these days, they know what a pen drive is. A memory stick, you plug it into a computer and you save things onto it. Now you could save 1 billion terabytes onto that memory stick. That memory stick's not going to get heavier. Why is that? Because the things aren't in the memory stick. We think that we have a memory stick and that we save things inside it. Not possible. A memory stick is merely a portal to counter space. So we assume that like things get saved in a memory stick. No, the memory stick just saves things into counter space. And the memory stick isn't the source of counter space. The memory stick doesn't, the hard drive or memory stick or the memory card or whatever you want to call it, it didn't create counter space, you see? In the same way, the body and the mind doesn't create consciousness. You see? There's no consciousness created by a body. Memories and things aren't stored in the body. They're stored in consciousness. And if something that has no size or shape exists, then it has to be infinite. That's what infinite is. But you can't have more than one infinite thing. If you had more than one infinite thing, you wouldn't have any infinite things. Because which one would be infinite? One or the other? They both can't be infinite, because otherwise they would be the same infinity. So the minute you put something inside infinity that isn't infinite, you limit the infinite thing. So everything is inherently infinite, or nothing is infinite. But it just so happens when we recognize that we are awareness, we see that it's infinite. It has no size, shape, form, or color. You can't contain awareness. So either everything is finite or everything is infinite. You can't have one or the other. And it just so happens there is an infinite thing. And that infinite thing is exactly what we are. So realizing that, we see that we are actually everything. Everything is made of what we are. Just like when we dream at night, the dream is made of us. This universal dream, it's real, but it's made of what we are. It's made of everyone. Everyone is the same being. We are the same being experiencing all things, all possibilities. I hope this is helpful. I have a free community. The link is in the description, where I talk about these matters and share meditations every single week. So I'd love to see you there if you're interested. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care. Bye.